My name is Max Cunningham. I'm the General Manager of Listings, Issuer Services and Investment Products. I'd like to extend a particular warm welcome to the co-founders of ELMO, Manuel, Garber.
We have the co-founders come up and ring the bell and see them come down here on the right-hand side. Any relevant disclosures related to ELMO's listing today are also shown up in the top right. So if Manuel and Danny are particularly sprightly today and they rip the cord off, they actually get to keep it as a souvenir. So we'll see how they go as we count down to the open. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Danny and Manuel. That is an opening price of $2.17.
It's a great feeling to be able to share my company, our company, with so many people out there. It's really a great feeling. I want to tell you a little story. Last week at the Toastmasters Club, I'm active in Toastmasters, a communication leadership organization. A young lady, entrepreneurial, she's having her own startup. She asked me, Manuel, when do you remember was the first spark that came into your mind about the company? When was it the idea conceived? No one had asked me that before. I was the IT manager in a large logistics company in the year 2001, just after that terrible event of the 9/11. And I was called up to the HR manager to fix the computer. Well, those days, we used to fix the computers. Now we throw them away. There I am changing the motherboard in his office, and there's piles of paper all over. So this gentleman tells me, Manuel, have a look at this. I'm drowning. What do I do? Any ideas? And that's when the idea came to my mind. That was the defining moment. At that time, already online technologies were coming up, hosting and all the facilities of storage was getting a lot cheaper. The cloud was really there. They didn't call it the cloud. I think the term was only coined by Google and Amazon in about 2005, so about 3-4 years later. But we could see the cloud was there. So cloud computing had started. A few weeks later, Danny and I having a cup of coffee on the back of a serviette there, I outlined the plan. A couple of months later, Danny and I, we rolled out our sleeves. I started writing the programs, and Danny started running the business. A few months later, we meet with our early investors, which, by the way, they're here, and they're giving us the support now like they did 15 years ago. Of course, at that time when I met, and you can remember, I said, guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the stock exchange. We're here, not 4 of us or 3 or 4 of us that started. We're here with 100 young Elmonians that are working very hard, very smart people. So here again, now I can tell you what you can see is the tip of the iceberg. But one more thing, it's the tip of a much larger iceberg. To you, Danny.
Thank you, Manuel. As we enter into a new chapter of our growth journey, I'd really like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the contribution of
all of you guys who have really assisted us in making the business what it is today. So firstly, I'd like to recognize my co-founder, Manuel. Manuel introduced me to the concept of the internet and cloud computing actually 21 years ago. And it was a bit of a life changer. It really changed my ideas of business modeling and certainly my future. Manuel's vision and Manuel's ideas are really the basis or the foundation of ELMO today. So, Manuel, thanks very much. Today, we have a very, very capable executive team, and they really have stewarded the company into the latest iteration of success. So I'd like to acknowledge our executive team, Gordon Starkey, our COO, Samuel Sun, our CTO, Trevor Lonstein, our CFO, Monica Watt, GM HR, and Daryl Garber, Head of Corporate Development. As an executive, we have a shared vision of how to actualize the vast commercial opportunity in HR tech. In terms, Manuel mentioned the Hirsch family, and then we have Larry over there. The Hirsch family backed ELMO when it was an idea, and they continue to support us today. So thanks very much for that. We also have a large contingent of ELMO staff here, affectionately known as Elmonians. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but that's the name. You guys have had an outstanding contribution over the years, and we really wouldn't be at this milestone without your individual contributions. So thanks very much. In terms of the IPO process, it really was a collaboration between, I suppose, multiple stakeholders. So I'd just like to take the opportunity of acknowledging their contributions. So firstly, our advisors, Black Peak, Scott Colvin, who couldn't be here today because he's resting in Bali after an arduous few lists on the ASX. Jamie Taylor, who's here, and Mark as well. So thanks guys. To our lead managers, Wilson, so ably marshaled by Mylan Goodwin. Great effort, fantastic professionalism. Thanks for your effort there. In terms of our legal team, led by Ian Loughlin, many late hours. I know personally, having spoken to you after the midnight hour, always happy to pick up the phone. So really, really appreciate your role, and very ably fulfilled the role of leading the DD team. Our audit team, Deloitte, or audit teams at Deloitte, so just to acknowledge the team leaders there, so David Hager, Josh Tanshall, Mark Pedley, and also James Head. Got it, everyone? The full house. So thanks, guys, at Deloitte. Great job as well. And also our non-executive directors, so joined the crew within the last 6 months. So Jim McCurdy and David Hancock, just bringing in the experience and really making up the team to head the company into the future. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my wife, Romy Lessem. Now, Romy has had sort of unfettered belief in me and the concept of the business. She's put up with late nights, early mornings. I went through a coffee addiction phase and then a year of coffee withdrawal. So thanks to you, you really are the cornerstone of my personal success. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Manuel and Danny, if you'd like to make your way over to the media wall for the presentation of the listing certificate.